So I'm back from my holiday hiatus. It has been a good week and a half, maybe 2 weeks since I've posted a video, but that is because I've been taking a small break as my holiday vacation to enjoy Christmas and New Year's and the like without worrying too much about the YouTube thing. I have been doing computer flipping. This month has been nuts, so that's kind of great. But if you were sitting there pleading to YouTube, you're like, please YouTube, where is Two Wheels Use Tech? Where did he go? Well, your prayers and your pleas have finally been answered. So anyway, let's get over the month of December, how we've been doing. I'm pretty excited to go over the numbers and the stories and whatnot, because as I stated, this month was bananas. B-A-N-A-N-A-S. I'm going to go over the numbers real quick in case you just want to see that and then get on your merry way to the next year. We are in the profit. That's money that has been purely made. We're like 1,000 to 1,200. It's been fluctuating because I'm moving things, selling things, if you take gas into account. But we're at like 1,200 right now, which is phenomenal. It's great. But it gets even better when you consider I also have pretty easily an inventory about 2,000 to 2,100. So we're talking that we're in the $3,000 range of money that has been built up from this in 3 months, which I think is just bananas. I don't know why I keep saying that. So in this month alone, I have sold 4 computers. I could have probably pushed to do 5, but things got a little hectic. That is by far the most amount of computers I've moved in a month, and that's kind of where I want to aim for my sweet spot in a month. Obviously with December and the holidays, that definitely helps with people buying things as gifts. I think 2 of the computers I sold were gifts for somebody else. So I'm curious to see if January, after the Christmas hype has settled down a little bit, if I can still do 4 computers a month. Because I think that's a pretty good zone to land in, a comfortable zone of doing 4 or 5 computers a month, and then the side things of selling parts here and there would help bump us up. But the goal is to increase the inventory and or the profit of what I have by about 1,200 to 1,500 a month. That's where I want to end up, which we're getting really close, which I thought would never happen in this time. It's been 3 months, which I have to keep reminding myself is not all that long, even though it feels like years to me. I feel like I've aged quite a fair bit doing all this computer flipping and stressing about money and not making it and making it. But anyway, I digress. I've been doing way better than I initially thought I would be doing. So I guess that's a nice little Christmas present to myself. So anyway, let's get into a few little tidbit story things that happened this month if you're interested in those things. One story that I'll go into a little bit more detail because I mentioned it in a previous video, the normal case versus RGB case, which one sells better, which I will not spoil because now I can make you go watch another video if you're curious to find out how much better RGB cases sell versus normal cases. Normal cases being something more along the lines of this, even without the acrylic window. Excuse me. And the RGB cases being something more like this with a tempered glass and the flashy fans. Anyway, there'll be a link to that video, or you could find it very easily on my channel. I just put a smudge on my glass. Anyway, so in the experiment of trying to sell, it's the same computer in a different case, and that was the whole point of the video. I was awoken by the chime. Well, actually, my phone doesn't have sound, so I was awoken by the dull vibration of my phone next to my bed as I was all snuggled in during these cold Christmas months. Winter months? Christmas months? Interchangeable? Anyway, it was like 10:30 p.m. I was basically already asleep. Heard the phone go off. Lo and behold, I worked my little 2 Wheels Use Tech magic. Computer has been sold. And he offers that I can bring it by the next day. He wants it delivered to him because he does not have the means to transport it, apparently. I saw that, and I was like, yes, but selling a computer in 5 hours sounds a lot better for a video. So we're going to go drive to this guy at midnight because I had posted the ad at like 7, 8 o'clock that evening. So anyway, I'm like, hey, if you want me to drop it off now, we can make that work. And he's like, I'm not doing anything. And lo and behold, I wake up the girlfriend, and she'll never let go that I woke her up at 10:30 to drive an hour and a half to sell a computer. But then we arrived at his humble abode, and we delivered the computer to him. He was very, very happy. I will quote him, "This is dope. It is worth the bread." Yes. So anyway, got the money from him, made an amazing sale. So that happened this month. What else happened this month? The pawn shop PC happened this month. If you haven't seen that video, I know I'm just using this. I just put another smudge. I need to put my hands down. Anyway, if you have not seen that video, and I am using this video to plug all my other videos, that is nuts. It is not bananas. We've leveled up from bananas. We're now at nuts. Or banana nut. The events leading up to the pawn shop PC just seemed so unlikely. Like, the person that advertised it for the pawn shop, I knew from like 5-6 years ago. We haven't talked between that time. So that was a weird way to reconnect with someone that I never expected to talk to again in my life. The PC itself, I cannot for the life of me figure out how it ended up in this predicament. But I would love to know. There's no real way to know. But anyway, I think that is right now the most valuable flip I've done. My single flip. Because like, if you're looking at your first month when I bought the bunch of cards, like the graphics cards, if you factored in how much I made off of each of those, that was like the biggest flip off a single purchase. But this was like a single thing, like a single computer to computer flip. We made something like $450 to $500 off of it. I can't quite remember, but just something stupid. Like, anyway, so that was great. That pawn shop PC was an amazing find for this month, and that will be something I remember for a good while to come. So those are two big, interesting flips this month. Both of them were pretty high-end computers in the like $600 to $700 range, which I make a bigger profit off, obviously, versus like this computer is going to go out for $400. So I'm making like half. I'm making like half the flip money from that than I do off these higher end ones. But the higher end ones move slower due to the fact that they're more money and people are a lot more cautious buying higher end computers off of Craigslist and Facebook and things of that nature. With those two stories kind of put out and plugging my own videos and advertising myself a little bit, there really isn't much more to cover. It's just going great. Like, the business, I don't know what to call this. It's not a hobby, it's not a business, it's a bobby or a bubby. Either way, it's just going really well, and it's making me super happy that it's going the way it is, and I'm very excited to share my experience and my stories with you. I don't know if you're all that excited to hear them, but I'm going to post videos anyway. Views and subscriber count be damned, but you can always subscribe anyway. I'm not going to stop you. So anyway, in conclusion, I hope you had a wonderful 2019, because this is going up on New Year's Eve, and I hope you have a wonderful 2020, because it matches 2020. Anyway, I will bring you more videos in the weeks and months to come. We will have another roundup in a month where hopefully I have more crazy stories to share with you. But with that said, I think I am done here. I will go off to clean all the smudges that I have accidentally put on this tempered glass that I just cleaned for this video. So, have a good New Year's. I'll see you next year.